So knowing movies like Armageddon, Pearl Harbor, and Geely, who'd have thought that Ben Affleck's career would actually get better? And also he'd be a very good director as well. Argo. Yeah, I'm going to skip over the artist because, well, I haven't seen that in a long time. I can barely remember it. I'll have to watch it again for you guys. So that's my story with that. So anyway, Argo. In case you haven't wondered, Argo is the beginning of the bad relations between America and Iran. And if you have been asleep under a rock for about 50 years, you would know that Iran is not America's biggest fan. In fact, they basically hate us. Mostly because women get like equal rights, women can drive, dating, movies, and for some reason bowling. That's stuff they really hate, I guess. But anyway, they lay siege on the American embassy and capture a lot of people. Some of them escape to the Canadian embassy and they want to get out of the country. Ben Affleck, who is part of the FBI or CIA, which one is the non-evil? I don't know. He is assigned to get them out of there. And he gets this weird idea basically, if they pretend they're a Canadian film crew, they can go in there, make the people at the embassy look like they're a Canadian film crew, and somehow smuggle them out of the country. So he goes out to Hollywood, and he runs into Alan Arkin and John Goodman, who are possibly my favorite characters in this movie. They're producers, and they want to help him on his mission. They're basically said, alright, let's make a crappy movie and try to get these people out of Iran. And one of my favorite conversations that they have while trying to come up with a movie idea, John Goodman brings up this movie script and all such, and Alan Arkin says, nope, not that one. If I'm gonna make a fake movie, it's not gonna be a terrible one. Then Ben Affleck runs into a script called Argo, which is a science fiction movie, and science fiction movies were, okay, they were not big then, but they would be big down the road. He decided to put that together because, well, why not? So anyway, they get the costumes ready, they get the script ready, they basically put all of this together to make it look like this is the real thing that's actually happening, so that Ben Affleck can go into Iran, tell them that they're going to be shooting a movie. They're from Canada and they want to shoot a movie called Argo, so that he can get into the country, find the people at the Canadian embassy, and try to smuggle them out of the country. And this is a very, very tense movie. I mean, there is not a shot fired in this entire movie, but you don't know when something bad is going to happen, or if they're going to get caught, or the people in the Iranian army are going to put those little pieces of paper together and find out who the escapees are and everything. You just want them to get the heck out of there as soon as possible. I wish I could have known a little bit more about the people who are captured. They were captured by the Iranian government and held hostage for who knows how long. Because as what I've heard, at the time Jimmy Carter was president, and he didn't exactly do much when it involved the attack on the embassy in Iran. But when Ronald Reagan became president, suddenly the Iranians were like, nope, you guys can go, because that's a Republican, and Republicans always go to war, especially when a country attacks America. So, you guys can go. No hard feelings, right? Well, it's been several years, so I'd say no, that hasn't worked out. But all in all, Argo is definitely a very big thriller for me. It's not exactly a thriller because it doesn't have a lot of horror elements to it, but it does get you on the edge of your seat. It does get you tense, and you just want to see these people get out of there. But then again, I don't know if I would be watching the movie like tomorrow, so I gotta say this movie is definitely worth watching and definitely worth buying on DVD. So guys, Argo, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.